Special Effects Show at Universal Studios Hollywood! I am Susan. Today we'll get a behind-the-scenes look at how we make movie magic. As you probably know, the word movie is a nickname for moving pictures. And in the early days of filmmaking, it must have truly seemed like magic. In the late 1800s, the Pettibone Brothers Manufacturing Company produced magic lanterns, like this one, which were widely used by traveling showmen, projecting images onto white backdrops. Imagine for a moment what that must have been like. You're sitting in a dark tent, suddenly the white backdrop is revealed and a single image appears. Then, when seen in the right order, in the right light, and at the right speed, those images seem to come to life to create a magical new world. For over 100 years. In that time, we've turned out some of the most memorable film moments in Hollywood history.
Hold on to your butts.
And now, please welcome my co-host, Ryan.
Hi, thanks everybody. Hey, Sus.
Hey, nice outfit.
Oh, you too. Thank you, costuming. From the very beginning, the basic concept of the filmmaking process has remained the same, to make the audience believe that everything you see is real.
Today's filmmakers have more tools than ever before. High-tech cameras, super fast computers, but they still rely on a category of effects so distinctive, they're known as special.
And the earliest form of special effects are called practical effects, and those are done right on set in front of the camera. Our first example of practical effects, models. Universal's 1932 film, The Mummy, made use of miniature effects, including scale models like this one from its opening. We can tell that's a model because if you look at the real pyramids, they don't say The Mummy on the side. See? Universal relaunched The Mummy in 1999, and the Sphinx from the opening shot of that movie is this model right here. This is the actual model used during that filming. And the attention to detail is unbelievable. Not just the Sphinx itself, but all this scaffolding and these hieroglyphics. Susan would agree that models are still a great way to fool the camera, right?
Oh, absolutely. Another filmmaking tool that also fools the camera is the glass mat. In the terrifying film The Birds, the brilliant Alfred Hitchcock had matte paintings created to achieve the eerie look he wanted for the town of Bodega Bay. Take a look at the side screens. In this literal bird's eye view of the town, only the fire and the parking lot were real. Everything else was hand-painted on glass to create a mat and then dropped in front of the camera. And then the footage of the birds was incorporated to complete the effect.
So we've shown you two forms of practical effects so far. First models and now the glass mat.
And there's also a category of practical effects that involves performers and not just props. Practical stunts!
Somebody say stunts?
Yup.
Please welcome our special effects show stunt department!
Yeah! What? That was awesome!
Yeah!
I mean, Omar comes flying down on this side. You got Julia zipping in over here. How come you and I don't get an awesome entrance like this team?
Because we're wearing nice clothes? You You may not know their faces, but you have seen their work in countless television and movie projects, sometimes as stunt doubles for some of your favorite stars. Let me introduce them. We have Julia Elizabeth here. We have Jay Huerto, and our stunt coordinator, Omar Hayward. Now, Omar, is it safe to say that stunt performers almost always double for actors when there's a fight scene?
That's correct, Susan. That's because actors don't like getting hit in the face.
Hit in the face?
Yeah. Like this.
You
okay?
Okay. He's okay. You can get set up. Now, when staging a fight, the art of illusion is very important. All the moves have to be realistic enough to fool the camera, but without getting anybody injured. So the performers have to make it look believable. Now, let me set our scene. Exterior, dark alley, dead of night. A couple of nefarious characters are about to mess with the wrong woman. Ready and action!
Okay, session. Get a kick!
What do we call those added sounds?
We call that Foley. Now you might know the term Foley, which is the process of adding sound effects to movies after they're done filming. But do you know its origins? Jack Foley wore many hats, assigned a movie director, he wrote some westerns, he was even a stunt double. But when he started doing sound effects for Universal back in the 20s, that's when he really made a name for himself. For over 30 years, Foley worked in Soundstage 10, right here on the Universal lot. And if he couldn't recreate a sound effect in the soundstage, he just got it live. Inventing a technique called direct-to-picture, Foley and his small crew would record all of the sound effects for a finished movie in one take. The synchronization with the movements of the film had to be perfect because one mistake and they started over from the beginning. Here to help show us the art of Foley, give it up for our first volunteers!
Our family from Montreal!
Yeah, bienvenue! Thank you so much for helping us out today. They flew in just for this. They're going to help demonstrate how the simple items on this table can be repurposed to sound like something completely different than what you might think. For example, in Foley, a water bottle could be used to articulate the sounds of breaking bones. Something like this. Check it out. You kids can try that at home. Parents love it. All right, let's see what they have to Foley. It's from the movie Identity Thief, starring Jason Bateman and Melissa McCarthy. Now, while you watch this split screen, keep one eye on the scene itself, but make sure you look right next to it at the Universal Foley artists hard at work. Check it out.
Now, I have a plan.
See, just like that, piece of cake, right, Peggy? Yes, of course. Quick recap of the sound effects so everyone's caught up to speed. I'm going to jump in and help you out on this end here with the crash box filled with loud items. When I spin this, it's going to simply make the sound of the crashes into the bookshelf and over the chair. I also have some shoes glued to sticks for the running in this scene there. Peggy has rolled up paper wrapped tightly in tape and a cutting board for the body falls onto the ground. Lydia has boxing gloves on sticks for the throat punch and the face smacks there. And last but not least, Elisa has the cowbell and the mallet for that panini hit to the back as she runs away. And this is where it gets a little crazy. Really use your imaginations because these handcuffs are going to make the sound of handcuffs. Yeah, get ready. Speaking of ready, ladies, you look ready. You want to give it a shot? All right, I love it. You're ready. I know my booth is ready, so let's do it. Roll sound. Sound speeding and action. Cut! Nicely done! Way to go, ladies. Right this way. Follow me. Not bad, right? But now comes our favorite part. We're going to take the actual dialogue and music from the scene and now lay over their Foley track we just recorded live. And I'll see if we need to grab you all some applications, right? So yeah, let's line up right about here. Perfect. Turn around. Everyone check out these side screens and let's take a listen.
Get over here and give me a wrist. Okay? Now I have a plan.
Big finish. Brennan, it was beautiful! Yeah. Take the bell, ladies. Nicely done.
Yes. Thank you so much. While Universal has made great films in every genre, the studio really made a mark over the years creating some of the industry's most terrifying thriller and horror films. Let's take a peek. Through the use of very special horror effects. Emerging from the shadows just behind me are the stars of our horror family. Some of the classic Universal monsters. We have maquettes, Dracula, Chucky and his bride, Michael Myers, Emotep from The Mummy, Phantom of the Opera, and Mother Bates. The perfect setting for our next demonstration.
Everyone give a warm welcome to Amber. Say hi, Amber.
Hi, Amber. Amber was picked for her very impressive scream. So, Amber, let's say that you were face to face with Norman Bates. Let's all hear how you would scream!
Yeah! Okay. All right, Amber. Have you been murdered before? That was pretty good. Yeah. Oh, once. All right. Well, I can tell.
Yeah.
Can tell.
As you saw in that fight earlier, stunt performers have to have a very high pain threshold. So my question is, do you?
Well, Amber, do you?
Because this next demonstration involves movie blood. Does anyone know what Alfred Hitchcock used for movie blood in the original Psycho? Shout it out. Chocolate syrup.
Nicely done. See, Psycho was a black and white movie, so they could use chocolate syrup back then. But nowadays, movie blood does need to be much more realistic.
Thank you for giving us a hand.
Literally. Now remember, kids, do not try this at home, okay?
Try it at a friend's house.
Exactly.
High five.
High five. Never mind. Oh.
All right, put your right hand out of the table for me. Palm up against the vein. That works. All right, ready? Hands!
Wait. Let's not use that dull machete, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Amber, I'm totally kidding here. Okay, I am not going to use a machete. I have a sharper knife.
Perfect.
Take a look at the side screens, everyone. Scream on three, Amber. 1, 2, 3! This is a classic cinematic horror technique, a Hollywood blood knife. Take a look. This is a false blade with a cutout for her arm that comes out of the handle like that. Meanwhile, I'm squeezing movie blood from this bulb back here so that it comes out of a tube right where that notch is. Ew. Give it up for Amber!
Yeah! Way to go! You killed it,
You
love.
stay here.
Nicely done.
Yeah.
Oh, no. She's going to help you. You were wonderful. I got blood on my nice pants. I got to change.
Oh, you're gonna love your next outfit, Ryan. Well, Amber, you come with me right over here. We promised you a photo as our thank you. So did you bring your phone up with you? Perfect. You can set up the camera, and I will take your picture on our stage. That's great. Yeah, of course. Let me pose you with our classic monsters. You can stand right here in your spotlight, Amber. You got them right there. And on 3, let's hear that awesome scream one more time, okay? 1, 2, 3! Look at that, we're fires. You go home, Michael. Amber, that was amazing. I wish we could see it again. I think we can. Take a look. Look at that still, right out of a horror movie. Give it up for Amber one more time, everybody. Michael, you stay there. So far, we have shown you practical effects. Now we're going to switch to visual effects, which are done in a computer, specifically motion capture. To help me demonstrate motion capture, or mocap, welcome back my co-host, Ryan!
Yeah, this is happening. I'm sorry, not the best way to start off your new year, huh? Yeah.
Ryan, you're looking good!
Thank you so much, Susan. We should hurry up. Okay, great.
Okay, let's activate our perimeter sensors, please. So the dots that you see on his suit, they reflect light to our sensors, which then goes into our computer and captures.
Hello, children. All right. Not the good seats anymore, are they? Okay.
You know what, let's just see the capture on our screens down here. Now the computer connects the dots on his suit and creates the digital skeleton that you see. Ryan, you can do a T-pose. That's perfect. We always start with this T-pose to mark the beginning of each take. That way it is easier for us to go, Ryan!
Sorry, this suit is tight.
We can tell.
Okay, cool!
Take your left hand, touch the tip of your nose. Good, now your right hand.
That's this one?
Yeah, let's do both arms again.
Got it.
We start with some simple movements so that we can calibrate our system. And you can relax your arms. Next, we do full body movements. Start with jumping jacks. Great, in a little bit, you can just jog in place.
You got it.
So digital animators will start with this skeleton, then they can change the aspect ratio, add a wire frame on top. Finally, they can add skins. Using this technology, we can turn Ryan and his movements into anything that we want. So Ryan, we have turned you into a cuddly, friendly teddy bear.
Oh, sweet! Hey, what's up? I'm a bear. Rawr, rawr.
Well, actually, you're not just any teddy bear. You're the star of Universal's Ted.
Oh, sweet! All right, I got some dance moves.
Yeah, let's see some more.
All right, I got a little bit more. How about something like this? Yeah.
Nice.
Tell you what, here's a little something for the ladies.
Oh.
For the fellas. No, okay.
You have channeled the inner Ted.
Yeah, sorry about that, everybody.
Ted, what do you think of the show so far?
That's why I watch these things. It's like a cool behind the scenes thing that you wouldn't know.
Thunder Buddies, Ted?
Thunder Buddies for life.
Aww, let's hear it for Ted and Ryan.
All right, I'm gonna go get ready for that finale, Susan, but I need a minute. I gotta psych myself up for it.
Oh, okay. Fun fact, Seth MacFarlane had a modified mocap suit made by Phil Tippett Studios so that he could act and direct at the same time. Let's take a look at the genius behind Ted.
We were able to do Ted in a completely lifelike way and to use technology in a way that it really hasn't been used to date. What that technology does so well is it takes fantastical characters and makes them as realistic in movement as possible.
As far as technology has come with CGI and visual effects, some things just look better when they're real. Like fire. Let's take a look at fire stunts in some Universal films. One of the most exciting and dangerous aspects of filmmaking is undoubtedly a fire stunt. And we're gonna bring back out our top-notch stunt department to show you how they execute a live fire burn. Julia in the center is the performer we will be setting on fire. We have our coordinator Omar and Jay acting as our safeties. And if you look at Julia's face, you may be wondering, is she so nervous that she's sweating profusely? No, that is protected fire gel that she's got on all of her exposed skin areas. You may know what it's like if you miss a spot with sunscreen? Imagine if you missed a spot while on fire. Before we fuel, check our extinguishers in case of an early ignition.
Susan, we're ready to fuel?
Okay.
Jay, are you ready? Julia, are you ready? Fueling!
At the completion of the shot, Julia will make her way through this fire blanket where she will be extinguished. At that point, we are looking for a thumbs up that she is okay. If If Julia gives us a thumbs down, that is an alert to get our medical team involved. Now, at this point, I need to stress, these are trained professionals, and they're using very special equipment. This is not the type of thing anyone should ever think about trying on their own. Julia is going to burn for 8 to 10 seconds. Our coordinator is applying about 8 ounces of fuel. We're now on the last spot where it's applied. So I'll leave it to our booth to set the lights in the house for the shot and our clock to be zero on the side screens. And I do ask everyone to please remain in your seats for the duration of the stunt. Whenever you're ready, Omar.
Jay, are you ready? Ready. Julia, are you ready? Ready. Stunt's ready?
Ready and action.
Lighting. You're lit. You're out.
She is okay, everybody! And over 16 seconds! Keeping going for our stunt coordinator, Omar Hayward, our safety, Jay Huerto, and the woman we set on fire, Julia Elizabeth! Woo! Well done, stunt department. Well, if you're not sure if that was real fire, if you're seated a little farther away, you can ask the folks sitting right next to the stage here. We can feel that, right? Yeah!
All right, Susan, let's hurry up into this fire burn. You know I get nauseous when I get nervous. We gotta go.
Ryan, we already did the burn.
Okay, good. I don't think I want to do it anymore.
Ryan? Ryan, you're done.
All right, just put me out. Put me out. I'm not Julia.
Ryan, you're out.
Oh. Yeah!
He's okay!
That kid was super worried. I saw in his eyes.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. No, straight by the best. One more time for the amazing stunt department.
Yes! And keep that applause going for all of our volunteers in the show today.
Let's start the show right there.
Yeah, our family from Quebec. Who can forget the incredible scream of Amber. Amazing! Have the best day ever. Universal Studios Hollywood. The entertainment capital of LA. Ryan, you're fired.
Yeah, they do. They cut it out.